About 100 people in New Haven, they are scrambling now to find a place to live tonight. The city kicked them out of their building because they've technically been living there illegally.
Yeah, get this, some of them have been living in there for 30 years. The tenants say they paid their rent, done everything right, didn't do anything wrong, and we've got their backs tonight trying to find some answers. News 8's Stephanie Simone live at our New Haven newsroom tonight with more. Stephanie?
Darren, and many say this will leave many people homeless. Most of them pay about $1,000 a month, and last night they got the locks changed on them. Narsha's sister says they lost their practice space when these signs went up at Daggett Street Square.
It's really stressful. I'm scrambling to find a place to store it all safely.
And a painter who goes by Jay uses it as his studio and home. Many feared to show their face, but said last night
the door was then locked and the keys, so nobody's keys worked anymore.
We went into the building manager's office, who told us no comment, but we spoke with several residents who say they're worried they won't have a place to live or work.
It's crushing. I mean, it's a really great space for artists and students like myself.
A hot plate fire about a week ago alerted the fire marshal and building inspector. They realized
there were violations of housing codes, there were violations of fire codes, there was a non-conforming use in terms of zoning.
It's zoned for industrial, not residential. So notices went up and tenants say they got a voicemail from the landlord alerting them they needed to leave and it would be best if no mattresses or stoves were in the building. The artists say their community has lived in this space for about 30 years. And for some, it's not about moving, but how much time they were given.
The problem with that I'm having is that they're telling me to be out in a few days, and it's near impossible to manage that.
They said that they were only given a few days.
I have no comment. It's a non-conforming, illegal use of the property, and I understand some notice was provided.
Now, we reached out to the owner of the property, Honey DiMaggi. She lives in Kings Point, New York, and we reached out to her New Haven attorney, but we have not heard back. Coming up at 6, we asked the city spokesperson how they did not know people were living there for 30 years. Hear what he had to say. Live in the newsroom, Stephanie Simone, News 8.